An introduction to 7 people assisted by horses in performing their profession.
Scott N said, "They carried us into battle. They tilled our land. They transported us. Now horses are again called for a vital service to help strengthen the frail of body and inspire the frail of mind."
What are you talking about?
Svitani.
Ah, the international branch of Svitani. That's a group of professionals who is assisted by horses when rendering services to clients.
Or, as Vera, our chairperson, describes it,
is a branch of the Czech association Svítání, a non-for-profit organization with more than 25 years of expertise in equine assisted services. The international branch was created to provide education, consultation, and guidance in equine assisted services, to promote practitioners, promote exchange of experience and knowledge, and share best practices.
That among us we have different languages. So English is the mutual language. I can speak. Vera, you can speak how many languages?
I can speak Czech and French also.
Wow, well done.
But who is Vera?
Vera Lantomfeisen is a Czech physiotherapist living in France.
So I'm specialized on the small babies, the preterm babies with movement problems. We call it with some, coordination disorder, that the baby shows some discoordination during the first year of life. And we can, with early rehabilitation, physiotherapy, we can influence it positively. And the principle is that the brain can be trained. We can still work on the new movement patterns, that they are not fixed yet. Therefore, the early physiotherapy is very needed. So we are using the movement of the horse as a balance board, and we position the babies, even 3-month-old babies, on the walking horse. And we work also with the center of gravity. And also, when you put the baby on the horse in the prone position, the baby tends to verticalize, to go and to look what is going around. So we actually train the muscles, the trunk muscles, for the verticalization, for the head control, trunk control. And I found it much easier than on the treatment table. That, for instance, I use the Vojta method as a physiotherapist, or other treatment method. You can use Bobat or other methods. But the horse gives certain input, and also the environment, the smell of the horse, the touch of the horse. So usually the children are more cooperative on the horseback than in the treatment room. These babies are very fragile. So really it must be performed by a skilled physiotherapist with extent knowledge in neurology, physiology, to know the movement, to know when it's enough, because I can very easily overstimulate the central nervous system and I can do harm.
Sanna Mattila Rautiainen is a physiotherapist from Finland, and she speaks Finnish, German, French and English.
My name is Sanna, and my basis is physical therapy. And after that, I studied to become equine facilitated therapist, adding sports and exercise medicine later in the university level, in which I'm now completing doctoral studies. My interest in research is pain management and biomechanics of human and equine. I have done equine facilitated therapies for over 30 years as a private practitioner. So my therapy view is listed as a modality of rehabilitation.
Carlos Hernandez is from Spain. He's a psychologist and is living in Malta.
Hi everyone, I speak Spanish. I come from Madrid. Italian, that's where I studied. We focus mainly in from a different approach. It's more psychological, emotional. So we don't always work riding, which is for us a big difference. We work with children from 3 years old to 12. It's basically psychological, attention, memory, communication, eye contact. We try to solve different issues of the child or the patient or the family, in fact, through different exercises, not always riding. But again, focusing on the bond, focusing on the connection between the child, or the youth, or the adult, and the horse.
And I think, Carlos, that compared to our field, hippotherapy, you also can work more with the character and the temperament of the horse, no?
Yeah, well, actually, from the psychotherapy intervention, let's say equine assisted psychotherapy, or coaching, if you want, as another approach, we have to choose the character, the horse, according to the character, the behavior, and adapting that horse to the person, the group, or the client.
Audrey Darby is from Ireland. She's an occupational therapist and speaks English.
And I work with children in a special school for age 0 to 21 in Dublin. All the children that I see have a visual impairment, along with other complex needs that can include things like autism spectrum and physical disability and multiple complex disabilities. So a very challenging caseload for sure. Primarily, I work on a lot of sensory processing and support development to the best of each child's ability. And I quickly realized that the equines and the environment provided me with just such an unparalleled treatment method to help me meet the needs of this population. So in relation to working on the ground and working on horseback, I suppose as an OT, we do a little of both. I would use the principles of hippotherapy technically for the more physically oriented goals, to help children to develop head control, to help them with sitting balance, to help them with being able to move in and out of their basic control so that they can reach things and work towards crawling. Children who are walking, who have abnormal tone, all of those things that are affecting function. So we have functional goals for all of those things, and we would address a lot of those on horseback. But I personally find that the equine environment is incredible. It's massively potent in helping children. That engagement with the horses that Carlos was talking about is incredible. Children don't realize that they're in a therapeutic environment. They are focused on the animal and on what they're doing. And they very much have fun while they're learning and while they're working on goals.
Prof. Shaltuk, you do something totally different. Can you please tell us, how do you do it? In which children or adults do you see?
Professor Selçuk Akpinar is a sports scientist from Turkey, who besides English also speaks Turkish and beginner Arabic.
Hi, so Aninet, this is Selçuk. I did my PhD in motor control area. So basically at our university, we have an equine and horseback riding application and research center. So in our center, I have been involved adaptive riding mostly and equine assisted learning activities. But we have a very good laboratory, so we can measure their physical fitness levels before and after the therapy, after the adaptive riding practices. So we can just show the parents and also to the children how they improved, or we can also use those data, for us. What kind of activities that we need to do during the sessions. Let's say just try to, if we need to improve the balance, things like that. So we just try to make individual goals for each child or each adult so that we can get more benefits. We don't have severe children, in fact. We have children and adults with special needs, mostly cerebral palsy children for the adaptive riding. We have also some adults coming to our center. Those are mostly they have learning problems, so intellectual disabilities, but not high level again. So we also implement the learning together with them, using the horses this time, mostly the ground work, and then on the horse. But apart from that, of course, we just give all the time an opportunity to be able to perform some skills on the horse, brings a feeling of success, so the children feels confident,
I am Nene du Plessis.
She lives in the UK, coming from South Africa, and speaks Afrikaans and English.
I am an occupational therapist, mainly using the movement of the horse in therapy. But I can also be an occupational therapist using the equine environment in therapy, where I usually then will do groundwork. As part of my PhD, just on the clients with cerebral palsy, just in hippotherapy, we identified 19 different hippotherapy concepts that all interact with one another and that needs to be taken into consideration. And I'm very sure that it's just as many or even more in the different other fields that needs to be taken into consideration. So even though it looks very easy, we don't work with a set program. We don't work with a set number of rules in it. We apply all this knowledge and our professional reasoning for that specific client. So there's one group we didn't talk about tonight, and well, Sana was not talking, and that's Beth, who can't be here tonight. She's a speech therapist.
Beth McCauley is an American speech therapist living in the United States of America. She can speak English and some Spanish.
Using the movement of the horse to promote communication and speech. Now, that doesn't mean all of us can't use communication in our therapy. Obviously, we do. That's how humans interact with one another. But the speech therapist very specifically used the movement of the horse to activate the intercostal muscles to enlarge or make the lung capacity better for speech production. But they also use the position that they put the clients in. And now bear in mind, I'm not a speech therapist. I'm trying to explain it to the best of my abilities. To use certain positions to also enhance the speech production and of all the structures that's necessary. And because the horse has got a rhythmic movement, speech is a rhythmic something. So by enhancing the airflow with the lung capacity in combination with the rhythm of the horse, in combination with the client, for instance, lying on his back, where the sounds like go, go, go will be easier to start to produce. In combination with all of that, they do see quicker results by using the movement of the horse, because in a therapy room, they have to facilitate all of these different things without this multidimensional movement that just helps them to reach it quicker. Again, it's not indicated for all clients, and Beth can maybe at one stage give us a full explanation of it, but I just thought it's important to also mention their work.
You can contact us via website, or you can contact us as this video will be promoted on social media, so via Facebook or Instagram.
Our next video will be an extended version of this one that will also be available on Spotify. And in that video, we discuss all the comments that was made today. The third video will be about terminology, specifically the difference between assisted and facilitated equine therapy.
Thank you so much, everyone.